Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for June 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. I've already shuffled the decks and we are going to be doing one additional spread. We're going to do the general love reading the way we always do with confirmation, the X spread, but we're also doing a single spread for those of you who are completely single and you just want to know if you're going to be meeting anybody new in the month of June. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with this deck and let's get 9 cards for you, Cancer. This is a love reading for the sign of Cancer for June 2019. The first card that you have, Cancer, is the King of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. 4 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. The Emperor. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. The Hierophant. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. 10 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. The Ace of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. The Ace of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. 9 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for June. And the Devil. Okay, what's the most important thing that Cancer needs to hear about their love life for June 2019? The message that you have, Cancer, is the 3 of Pentacles. So this is telling you no matter what's going on in your love life, it's going to require a lot of effort on your part to make things work as far as your love life. But this card also means that it's not just you. It means that your partner or your ex, there has to be effort. There has to be teamwork. So we'll come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. And if you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below and also a link to my Facebook. And you should be watching this on YouTube channel, Channeled Guidance Tarot. Okay, so let's see what you have. You have the King of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and the Emperor. So you're starting off with this fire sign energy. This would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This can even represent your energy if you have a moon or a rising sign and a fire sign. Now what you have here, you have the 4 of Wands, which means this is a relationship that is strong. This is a relationship that is stable. This can also represent marriage. You have the Emperor right next to it. So the Emperor is saying somebody has to take control. The Emperor is about taking charge, being in the driver's seat. So for some of you, perhaps, especially for those where there is no fire sign, your partner or your ex is not a fire sign, you don't have a moon or rising in the fire sign. The King of Wands represents leadership. Take action. For many of you, perhaps you need to work on this marriage that I see here, or perhaps this relationship that could lead to marriage. The Emperor is saying take control or stay in control, especially if you have a lot of things going wrong in your relationship and you feel like everything's just kind of spiraling out of control. The Emperor is saying somebody has to take charge here to have this sense of stability, because that is what the 4 of Wands represents, and the Emperor. Perhaps for some of you, this can't be a fire sign, but like I said, it can also represent leadership. Somebody has to take the lead in creating this stability or this happy home with the 4 of Wands. Now in the second row, you have the Hierophant, the 10 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So the Hierophant, this can also represent the sign of Taurus. For some of you, it can be your partner, it can be your ex. The Hierophant also is spiritual energy. This means that you're really feeling a pull towards someone. It can be somebody new, or it can just be that you feel that your partner is the one. This is a card of kindred spirits and soulmates and really feeling like you belong with this person. There is something here that's bringing both of you down. You have the 10 of Wands, which is a heavy energy, a burden. Something is just weighing down the relationship. This could be arguments, conflicts. Something is just, there's a heaviness around you. But you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which means that it's not hopeless. Whatever it is that's bringing your relationship down is not going to destroy it. You do have this new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. And it does usually represent blessings. There's blessings coming your way. Especially with this person here that you feel is a kindred spirit and a soulmate. I do see either a marriage there or a long-term relationship. Now down here at the bottom, you have the Ace of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Devil. So you have a new beginning there and then a new beginning here. The Ace of Wands means that, you know, even if there is conflict or even if there is a lot of heavy energy, you've got the 10 of Wands and now the Devil. The Ace of Wands means there can still be that new beginning. There can still be a clean slate. You can still have a new life, a new relationship. You know, and like I said, you have the Devil here. It is a major arcana. And it can also represent the sign of Capricorn. For those of you, or it could be your partner or your ex. But the devil also represents negativity, an unhealthy relationship, but it can also mean fear, negative thinking, negative behavior patterns, pessimism. There's something that's just, it's working against the relationship. It's bringing it down. But again, it doesn't have to mean the end. There can still be a new beginning here. For Cancer, you're being told that you need to do what's best for you. The Nine of Pentacles is about integrity and self-love, self-worth. So for those of you where there is a lot of negativity in a relationship, yes, you do have an option here of having a new beginning with this person, because you do feel they're a kindred spirit or a soulmate. But you're also being told to do what's best for you. Don't compromise your integrity, your self-worth. Do what's best for you. You have to put yourself first with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's get a few more so we can get the rest of the message. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for June? You have the Four of Swords. Messages for the sign of Cancer for June. The Ace of Cups. We have another new beginning. That is 3. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for June? And the Ten of Pentacles. So 2 cards of marriage and stability. 2 long-term relationships. For some of you, there has to be healing because you have the Four of Swords. It can be that, there's been a lot of heavy energy. You have the Ten of Wands and the Devil. It could be that there has to be healing in a relationship. But the Four of Swords, for some of you, it can also just mean that somebody needs some time to figure things out, some space. And that could be, for some of you, that's where you are right now. Maybe somebody has taken a step back from the relationship. But there will be a new beginning. And like I said, it's not just this one. You also have the Ace of Wands here. So you have a strong energy of new beginnings. So either there's a new person, and here's another one. You actually have 3. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So either there's a new person coming into your life if you're single, there's a new beginning with an ex, or there's a new beginning in your existing relationship. This is a relationship that is rekindled. And again, there's stability here for you with the Ten of Pentacles. This can also represent marriage. Your relationship is leading towards something more committed, something more long-term. Even though there is some heaviness here, perhaps this is something that you need to work on. This can be healing a relationship or really figuring out, what is this negativity from the devil? What is this elephant in the room? What is this negativity? What's hurting the relationship? But again, you have this huge energy here of new beginnings. Okay, let's go ahead and get some cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for June? The World. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for June? The Ace of Pentacles. So this is a repeat card because you have it right here as well. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for June? And the Ten of Cups. So, you have the Ten of Pentacles on this side, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands. There's a lot of relationship energy here. For those of you where you're in a relationship, you're struggling, your relationship is solid. I see new beginnings everywhere. I see commitment everywhere. For those of you where you want to meet somebody new, there's a lot of new beginnings here. Or you want an ex back. Again, there's a lot of new beginnings. You have the World, which means there has to be some type of ending. It can definitely be the end of conflict, the Ten of Wands. Whatever it is that's making somebody want to give up with the World, or this energy from the devil. The World means there's a new cycle waiting for you and for your relationship. A new chapter in your love life. And like I said, the Ace of Pentacles is a repeat card. You have it from both decks, which represents an unexpected new beginning. It could be that you thought a relationship was over and it's not, or you thought you're going to stay single and you're not. There is happiness here for you with the Ten of Cups. This represents a happily ever after. Perhaps this is what awaits you in this new chapter in your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the X spread using this deck right here. I've already shuffled it, so let me get these out of the way. And I will be using the confirmation deck, so I'm going to go ahead and move these over. Just going to keep in mind, if I forget which ones came up, keep in mind what you saw here, because like I said, I am going to use it again in the X spread. Okay, so let's go ahead and get 9 cards. I will pull 9 cards for the spread. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex for June. 5 of Swords. Cancer and their ex for June. 7 of Swords. Cancer and their ex for June. 4 of Wands. So this is a repeat card. We had this in the first spread. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. The 8 of Pentacles. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. The 2 of Swords. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. The King of Wands. And the King of Wands was also in the first spread. So, I mean, there, for some of you, where there is a fire sign, your ex is a fire sign. This is really speaking to you. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. The Empress. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. The Ace of Pentacles, which was your repeat card. Here it is again. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. And Temperance. So it could be that you have to be patient with this situation with your ex. Let's go ahead and start at the top. You have the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Four of Wands. And we're focusing on a relationship that is over. You've gone your separate ways, but you want to know if you're going to reconnect again. It can also be for those of you where maybe it was not a long-term relationship, but you just want to know if you're going to hear from someone again or if you can reconnect. These two cards right here, these are my kind of red flag energies, and they're both here and they're both right next to each other. So I feel like you want to be careful. You want to be careful around your ex, because the Five of Swords can sometimes represent sabotage or unwise decisions, and then the Seven of Swords can represent deceit. I mean, it can definitely be, since we're talking about your ex here, especially if they messed up, if they broke up with you, or if they cheated on you, that they regret it, because the Five of Swords is regret. This is a bad decision. It could be that your ex made a very bad decision in leaving you, or they made a very bad decision cheating on you. It could be that this person is just, you know, they're their own worst enemy. They have sabotaged their own happiness, because I still see a relationship there with the Four of Wands. And this is a repeat card because I know that this was in the first spread. So I still see a relationship there. It's just, there is kind of like this strange energy here of a bad decision, sabotage, and self-deceit. It could be that maybe they don't realize if they want you back yet. Let's look at these cards here in the second row. I mean, there's stuck energy around you and your ex, the Two of Swords. This means that someone is really being stubborn and they're refusing to act. So, I mean, that would definitely tie in with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Your ex could possibly be holding back and they're being really stubborn and refusing to contact you, or refusing to maybe admit they made a mistake. You have the Eight of Pentacles here, which means there's a lot of work to do to rebuild your relationship with your ex. But again, they're refusing maybe to act. The Two of Swords means that they're stuck energy. You're not seeing anything with your ex, because someone refuses to make a decision, and it could be just reaching out to you or apologizing to you. For many of you, I mean, this can be your ex if you have an ex with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. But it can also represent your energy if you have a moon or rising in a fire sign. For others, again, this came up in the first spread. It can mean that somebody has to take the lead in making something happen, because with this energy, there's nothing happening. It's just stuck energy because someone is refusing to take action. You also have a lot of swords here, Cancer. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Two of Swords. There's a lot on your mind. There's a lot on your ex's mind, and it's keeping everything just kind of, it's keeping everything stuck. There's nothing really changing here. Somebody needs to make decisions. Now down here at the bottom, you've got the Empress. So this is what you want to see. I mean, the Empress represents love. She represents marriage, commitment. This means that you can be extremely happy and have everything that you wanted with your ex. It's still there. This card was a repeat card in the first spread, the Ace of Pentacles. Here it is again. There is still a new beginning around you and your ex. You can still be the Empress. You can still have it all. It's still here. But you are being told by judgment to be patient. And for some of you, it can even represent that you have to be forgiving, especially with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords at the top. Perhaps you need to forgive, especially if they cheated, or they lied, or they did something very hurtful to you. This can represent compassion, but for many of you, it's just that you have to be patient, because it seems like your ex is being really stubborn and admitting maybe that they want you back, or maybe they're undecided. For some of you, if your ex is a Sagittarius, this can represent their energy. Temperance represents Sagittarius, and the Empress represents the sign of Aries. Okay, let me get a few more cards for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer about their ex for June 2019? You have the Chariot, which also represents a sign of Cancer. Cancer and their ex for June. The Tower. Cancer and their ex for the month of June. The Star. Okay, so the Star can represent the sign of Aquarius if your ex is an Aquarius. But, I mean, what we have here is a lot of movement. The Chariot, it is your energy, but it also represents victory. a lot of changes, a lot of movement around your ex, and this can take you completely by surprise with the Tower. This can be a sudden change, especially when you have something like the Two of Swords here, where somebody's refusing to act and make a decision, and everything is just kind of stuck. Keep in mind that can change very quickly, especially if your ex decides to take the lead, because you have the King of Wands here. And the star is telling you that your hopes and wishes as far as your ex, they're valid. You're not in denial. You're not imagining that they may come back to you. The star says your hopes and wishes are valid. Your hopes and wishes to have them back, they are valid. There can be a huge surprise there. You may think it's over, it may not be. There's still a lot of movement there with the Chariot. Okay, let me get the confirmation deck. Let me give it a quick clear with my candle and shuffle, because we used it for the first spread. Okay, what other messages are there for the sign of Cancer about their ex for June 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for June about their ex for June 2019? Cancer and their ex. June 2019. Cancer and their ex for June 2019. Cancer and their ex. June 2019. Cancer and their ex. June 2019. Okay, let me give it another quick clear with my candle. Okay, so let's see if anything repeats itself, or what other messages you have. Cancer and their ex for June. King of Cups, that would be you. Cancer and their ex for June. Five of Wands. Cancer and their ex for June. And the Tower. So wow, you have the Tower. This is huge. The Tower is your repeat card. And I just uploaded a video where I think it was the sign of Taurus. They also had the Tower for the ex, but you have it here 2 times. I may have to kind of put, there's a shocking change here with your ex, and as your subject as well for this reading. The Tower means there could be a shocking change. Let's keep in mind though what is here. For some of you, most of you, you are the water sign. Cancer is a water sign, but if your ex is also a water sign, this can represent them. There's just conflict here. Perhaps you're conflicted about taking your ex back. But with the Two of Swords here, I feel like the message is that your ex may be fighting themselves. That would explain the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Two of Swords. There's some major resistance here as far as your ex coming back. This usually means that somebody's fighting, they're fighting something within them. They're being really stubborn, which is that same message here. But the Tower 2 times means that you may be surprised that, they apologize. You're surprised that they may admit they made a mistake. The Five of Swords, you'll be shocked here with, what could happen with your ex. So keep in mind that it may not be hopeless. You may not be just, it may not be a pipe dream that you want them back. They may actually return. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the single spread using this deck right here. And I just noticed on the bottom here, you have the Tower. This is for singles, but it's just interesting that it was a repeat card here, and then here it is for singles. Also kind of unexpected energy. So let me get these out of the way, and let's see what comes up for those of you where you are completely single, or maybe you just want to know if your ex doesn't come back, is there someone else for you? Let's find out. Will Cancer find a new partner? June 2019. Three of Wands. Will Cancer find a new partner? June 2019. Six of Pentacles. Will Cancer find a new relationship? June 2019. The World. Will Cancer find a new relationship? June 2019. King of Swords. Will Cancer find a new relationship? June 2019. 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 Okay. So, one thing that I'm noticing here is that you've got 2 sixes. You've got the Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. The sixes represent balance and harmony. So it could be maybe to find this new person. And I do see an air sign here. In order to manifest this air sign, you have to bring your life back into balance. But let's go ahead and start at the top. You have the Three of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the World. So, I mean, it's like you're waiting here with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands does mean that maybe you've been waiting for the perfect person, maybe that perfect opportunity, for you to feel that this is the one. That energy is here with the Six of Pentacles. This is you getting that person, that love, that relationship that you truly deserve. You've been waiting for this. In the month of June, it's a possibility here with the World, a major arcana, that you could begin a new chapter in your love life, a new chapter as far as a new relationship, because you do have that in the second row here. You've got Judgment, which, I mean, this is a second chance for the sign of Cancer, a second chance to be happy, a second chance at a relationship, especially for those of you where you've been single for a long time, you've been down because you've been hurt. Judgment represents rising from the ashes. For many of you, it can be with an air sign. This would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. And, you had the Tower at the bottom of the deck, and it was, kind of a repeat card for the exes, but you also have the Knight of Swords, which means there can be a very unexpected new beginning here for you, and a very unexpected new relationship, a very unexpected opportunity here with this air sign. Down here, I mean, the Page of Wands does represent excitement and adventure. So I feel like for those Cancers where you're determined that you want to meet somebody new, you want to put yourself out there, this is fun. This is opening new doors. I mean, you also, again, keep in mind you have the World. That is, also opening new doors, closing the door to the past. This is fun and excitement. It can be with a fire sign. I don't always get that, but it can definitely be with a fire sign, because you had the King of Wands in the first spread, and then the King of Wands in the X spread. I feel for some of you, it can be a fire sign, but this is just excitement and change and adventure. For some of you, it could be with a Virgo, because a Hermit represents the sign of Virgo. But for some of you, it could be that you have a lot of thinking to do, a lot of soul searching as far as, are you ready for this new beginning? It could be that maybe you're soul searching as far as a new person that you meet in the month of June. With the Hermit, you're trying to figure out the truth. You're trying to see the truth, but there's a lot of positive energy here. You have the Six of Wands. For those of you where you meet somebody in the month of June, this has got victory all over it. This means that this relationship will succeed. Things can change and move very quickly with the Knight of Swords. There's a second chance for you to be happy here, possibly with an air sign. Let me get some clarity around this air sign to see what kind of person they are. Show me the energies around this King of Swords. Is this someone who is worth it for the sign of Cancer? Well, you want to be careful. With the Five of Swords, this can be sometimes someone who is sneaky, but it can also be that you may make an unwise decision, and that unwise decision could definitely be to wait. Let me get another one. What does this King of Swords represent for the sign of Cancer? Should they accept this person into their life? You could be undecided. So that kind of changes the message. With the Two of Pentacles, there's a lot of going back and forth, and there's instability. You may go back and forth like, I don't know if I want them. I don't know if I do. That could be the soul searching that I see here. It could be that, maybe you're not sure if this is the person you've been waiting for. You don't want to make a bad decision in passing up this relationship, because, you're being told here by the Judgment card that here's your second chance to be happy. This is you finally having that opportunity. It's time for you to get the relationship you deserve. Okay, let me get a few more. What other messages are there for Cancer? Can Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Okay, you have two jumping cards. You have the Ten of Cups and the Sun. Can Cancer find a new relationship in the month of June? And the King of Cups. So I see you here being extremely happy. You have the Ten of Cups, which this can be a relationship that leads to marriage, but this is also, again, this is your happily ever after. And then you have the Sun. For the month of June, there is just a lot of positive energy as far as meeting a new partner. This is success. And like I said, you also have the Six of Wands, which represents victory. So if you're looking for a new relationship in the month of June, there is happiness here. There's positive energy. There is victory. It is time for a new beginning. It's time to close the door to the past. You've been waiting for someone here with the Three of Wands. You've been waiting for that perfect person, and here it is. This is the person you truly deserve. Okay, let me get my confirmation deck here. Give it a quick clear with my candle, and then I will shuffle it. Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? Okay, I'm going to give another quick clear of my candle. Okay, so let's see what the confirmation deck wants to add to all of this. Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? You have the Four of Wands. Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? The Chariot. Will Cancer find a significant new relationship in the month of June? And the Strength card. So for some of you, I mean, the Chariot does represent the sign of Cancer. And also, I see you here, for some of you, there can be a Leo, because the Strength card represents the sign of Leo. And ironically, you have this all with a very stable relationship, a long-term relationship, possibly marriage. Since this is a general reading, for some of you, it could be an air sign. It could be another Cancer. It could be a Leo. For some of you, it can even be another water sign, either another Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. So you'll have to kind of see how this applies to you. I mean, what I see here is basically there's a lot of movement as far as meeting new people. The Chariot also represents victory, and you also have the Minor Arcana victory here. If you want to find somebody new in the month of June, for Cancer, you're being told yes. I mean, you literally have the Sun here, which literally means yes, success. If you stay in the driver's seat, if you're determined, you will find this significant relationship. Like I said, this can be a card of marriage. For some of you, this can represent the sign of Leo. But the Strength card also means that you have to watch your ego. You have to watch your inner beast. You can't let fear, you can't let anger, frustration, despair, all those things, you can't let them get in the way. Because for the month of June, what I see here is that there is a huge opportunity for you right smack in the middle of the reading with the Judgment card. This is a significant new beginning for the sign of Cancer. If you're looking to get involved with somebody new, meet somebody new, there's somebody there that this is truly who you deserve. You've been waiting for this person. And here's your chance to close the door to the past, especially if you've had a lot of bad experiences, relationships that went nowhere. It's time for you to close that door to the past. You will be opening new doors. And like I said, you also have the Page of Wands, which this is opening new doors. This is excitement, fun, adventure. But I see you analyzing it here. You may be analyzing, like, is this the person I've been waiting for? You may be trying to figure out the person that you're meeting. You have a sense of victory here with the Six of Wands. So I feel like there's, for some of you, it can even be, let me just add this, for some of you, it can even be that there's not just one person. Because there are several kind of energies here as far as different people. There can be, let me just go over them again. For some of you, it can be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. For some of you, it can be another Cancer. For others, it can be the sign of Leo. For others, it can be a Virgo. For others, it can be just another water sign, which would be possibly another Cancer, but also maybe a Scorpio or a Pisces. So again, it's going to be up to you. And I feel like one thing that could work against you if you're not careful is that you could pass up an opportunity, because the very first card, and I always say the first card is the most significant, you've been waiting. You have been waiting for that perfect person. So you don't want to let, I mean, that for some of you, that could be why the Strength card is here. You don't want to let your ego get in the way where you're over-analyzing every new person that you meet in the month of June. And you may think, especially with the Hermit here, you're looking at things very carefully. You're so searching. You may think this person's not the one. Again, you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to pass up, because there is some type of relationship here where this is where you truly deserve. This is a person that truly deserves you. They will make you extremely happy. You have the Ten of Cups. This is your happily ever after. So for some of you, if you keep your eyes open, you can definitely meet this person in the month of June. If you keep an open mind. Like I said, it could be that there's more than one person. and there are opportunities for you. So don't, if you meet someone and you have doubts, don't try to push them away, because Cancer can do that. You can be very protective of yourself. I know, because I am also a Cancer. You can be very protective. Keep an open mind that it could, it could be more than one person, and maybe you get to choose, or it could be that you're meeting different people and there's only one. You're going to have to use your intuition, but Cancer is very intuitive. Okay, Cancer, this has been your love reading for June 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.